I got Einstein and Stephen Hawking feeling awkward. Got a problem neither of them could solve. You see the Mossberg. You'll have a heart attack before you learn the art of rap. You'll peak where I started at. Back when Pete was wearing starter hats. I was retarded with rap. Chin strap, part of the hat farted. In a mic booth, parting them gassed. The Johnny Rotten of the body rocket. The body shotgun got bodies dropping. Gotta lock 'em with Johnny Cochran. Why won't somebody stop 'em? Impossible. They brought a cop's gonna drop 'em, but won't Molly wop 'em, will probably swat come. Y'all know the outcome. The white Malcolm X, like gals with breasts. Get 'em wet to make my lifestyle a mess. Rhyme styles been 9,000, 5 miles down the stretch, 5 vowels I just write down the best. Different strokes for different folks. Still my nose is running. Got the white girl in the building. Call me Philip Drummond. Dead in hip hop.
Dead in hip hop.
Dead in hip hop conversations. Dead in hip hop conversations. We're here with Night Wonder. What's good, homie? Peace to the A. Dead in hip hop.
Yo, right now this is the high exalted C Wright, megahertz, O-Dot, all that good stuff. Right now you're rocking with Dead in Hip Hop, baby. Yeah, real opinions.
What's going on, man?
What's up?
What's happening?
I'm chilling out. I'm enjoying this nice weather that we have for today. And probably tomorrow's gonna snow, but it's good for today. So I'm chilling.
So tell us what's going on right now, man. What's going on with the music?
I'm working on. Hold on, I'm fucking with this camera shit. I got a mixtape album coming out. It's like a concept. It's like a concept mixtape called Carbon Copy's Phony Art Club Scam, where basically I'm a fan of the Beatles, and all I found myself listening to for a minute was like the Beatles and nothing but the Beatles, and I just wanted to rap to the whole shit. I didn't want to sample it. I didn't want to chop it up. I didn't want to add drums on every cut. I just wanted to rap to it. As weird as the music is on Sgt. Pepper, yeah. I wanted the shit to feel like the whole album. So it actually flows like the whole album. It takes a few detours here and there, but besides that, it's basically, if you were to line it up with the album, it would play completely on time and everything.
Wow.
So this is not the thing that you had in the South by Southwest package. That was just a couple tracks?
Nah, that's what this is. But
okay. Did you actually rock South by Southwest or no?
Yeah, I rocked it.
How was it?
It was incredible. It was real dope, man. I had a good time. It was there's some video of it online on YouTube. It was a dope setup too, like a dope lineup. It was Eddie B. That's one of Harry Fraud's homeboys, real dope MC. Bronze Nazareth, you know, Wu-Tang, Detroit, real sick ass MC and producer. He did cuts for me. He did Love, and he did Blue Ribbon. Rock Marciano headline, and you know, I went on right before Rock, and it was crazy energy. It was a lot of longtime fans in the house.
Cool.
You know, because you're in Texas, man. People are out there for everything.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So since you made, I don't want to call it a transition, but since you kind of went more towards Christian hip hop, do you still play your old stuff?
I mean, I don't know if you listen to everything that I've put out recently. I don't even know
Definitely.
if you can say that. Not that I would be ashamed if that were the case, but I mean, the only songs that I would have no problem putting headphones on someone else's ears, like being inside of a church, would be like Talk with Jesus, Post-Apocalyptic Request Box,
right.
And what else is on there? That might be even it, man. I mean, those are the only ones that are on God Save the King that I would even
right.
let somebody in an environment like that hear. So I don't even know. I think my stuff is more from the perspective of somebody who is a Christian who's continuously going through stuff. You know, I'm never really. I don't know. I'm not gonna say never, but I don't know that I'm ever gonna be in a position to minister, because that's kind of what you're doing with your music. You're ministering, and to be in that position, you have to have your stuff together. And I don't have my stuff together like that, and I don't know that I ever will.
So if you played live, you probably wouldn't play tracks still like, would you play like Fuck Soundcheck or On My Dick or shit like that?
I play those, yeah. I still play those.
Do?
I still play those, yeah.
Okay.
I play, when people go to my shows, I try to play everything from every album and every period, like The Jerk and all that. So I start out with some High Exalted, then I go into, I might go into like Life and Times, or might go into something from The Jerk, or like That's a Rap, or Slow Down. and then I go into new stuff, then I go into megahertz, and I might go into old megahertz. I do it all. I do try to do highlights of it all.
So can you clear up all the rumors? Where are you actually moving towards as far as music goes? Are you actually cutting out profanity? Are you moving towards like the more Christian hip hop side, or are you staying copy, just more of a spiritual copy?
I guess I'm staying copy, just more of a. I don't even know if I could say more of a spiritual though, because I've been in real life just as spiritual as I am now. I mean, it's like this. On some day you might feel like writing a song about something. Like I'm not gonna write 5 songs like Talk with Jesus. You know, I'm not gonna keep writing the same song over and over and over. And that's what I was trying to tell people about High Exalted. Like that album's like the same song over and over pretty much. And that's why I'm not that's why I won't do another album full of one style of shit. It's too many different styles, out there that I want to do. But yeah, I would just say it's just me, man. It's just me. I mean, they can get a song like the new shit that I just did on the Man Bites Dog compilation, which is just me beasting out metaphors, all that. And then they might get a song on another day about me contemplating like some life shit. So I guess just whatever. I'm not ever gonna do one type of music. It's just gonna be my style of the way I do it.
For the people that don't know who is Copywrite?
Copywrite is he's the guy that was stealing lawnmowers last summer. And if I stole your lawnmower, I'm sorry about it. No, Copywrite is a MC from Columbus, Ohio, Midwest 614, cartoonist, ex-thief, Reckless Hazard, Ted Danson on crack.
Wow.
And putting out records since '98 with my crew, the Megahertz, which includes Kamuteo, Rest in Peace, Chicago Motormouth, RJD2, and Tage Future. And man, we're just a hip hop group, man. That got a bunch of ideas and shit. Like I wouldn't even limit us to saying hip hop, because there's people in the crew who can play guitar. There's people in the crew who can play drums. There's people in the crew who can sing. So, I mean, hip hop is our first love and our foundation. But I don't like to limit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's fine.
So tell us about the Megahertz project that dropped last year. Like, what was, like, how was it putting that project together and working with, Megahertz again to release it? Because you guys are dropping a lot of videos and a lot of singles from that too.
Yeah. No, that Megahertz shit was fun because it was, I got to work with my friends, like my high school friends. So it was a lot of work though. It was basically me and Tage were doing the bulk of the work, as people could tell after hearing the album. It was mostly me and him pulling all the strings. I mean, we got the beats from RJ, and I try to get to Kyle as much songs as I could, but he's just, he's how he is. You can't make somebody rap who doesn't want to rap. I saw a lot of people like commenting about, they wanted Kyle more songs and shit. I did too. I did. But I got him on as much shit as I could, and I'm glad the shit that he's on, I think he really shines. I think he really killed it, And I'd rather him do that than be on every song and his heart not be in it and him half-ass it, Yeah. Just to get something done or just to say he's on it. But it was dope, man. It was ill working on it. I'm proud of that album. Maybe more than any other album I've been on. I like high Life and Times and shit, but I really like the Megahertz record. I think we did what we set out to do and what we wanted a Megahertz album to sound like.
Like when y'all was, by y'all being friends and everything, was it like a competition when y'all was spitting verses all the time?
It's always like that with us, cause I know if I don't do that, then I'm gonna get demolished. Tage is gonna demolish me on the track. He's gonna demolish me. So I always have to do it like that. And I mean, I think we feed off that. It's like when you're capable of something, it's not a big deal for somebody to say that's not that good, man. Because you can go and make it that you can make it that good. But when somebody so with us, it's never a big deal to try to put our best foot forward because we know what the other person's capable of. So we would just, try to keep stepping it up. It's a lot of good music out there though, man, and it's a lot of people that are getting their just due. You know, like it's dope to see LP out there like doing his thing the way he's doing it because you know he's dope, man. He's stuck to his guns. He's got a different sound, and people get sick of the same old thing. So ultimately, if you stand in there, it's gonna be your turn as long as you're doing something original.
Yep. Are you two on speaking terms or no?
Yeah, we're on speaking terms. Yeah, we're not like best buddies or nothing, but we're on speaking terms. Me and LP never had a problem. I mean, besides the whole Diet Coke issue, but
on the bus.
Cause you a Pepsi guy.
I just say that because a lot of people ask me about it. Like a lot of people like think that shit's funny.
That
but
shit
no,
is
me and
funny.
LP never had an issue, man. My only issue was with Cage, flat out. Like I just and even then I didn't want to, like go on a campaign dissing the dude. I just didn't mess. I just separated myself from Weatherman because I didn't like the way Cage was. You know.
Are you guys on speaking terms, you and Cage? Have you mended that beef, or you just kind of act like he doesn't exist now?
I haven't talked to Cage. I speak like I'm down to. I would be down to talk to Cage and squash things. I felt a different way then. I felt like I was getting some kind of revenge on somebody who had pinned me and my best friend against each other in his last. You know what I'm saying? His last few years. So a part of me, and when I was living in California, I didn't care about much of anything.
Yeah.
I was wilding out when I was living in California. So that was during that time when we had that situation. But besides that, I have no issues with Cage or anybody else. I think it would be dope to squash all this stuff and make some music with Cage.
That's what I was gonna ask you, because I mean, you guys did. Tracks like Weather Report and all the stuff you guys did, even on the Weatherman mixtape. That's some of my favorite shit, hands down. And it would be amazing to see you guys work together. I know he squashed everything with Eon and Mighty Mai. I don't know if you've done that as well, but is that something that you would be open to in the future, like all of you guys getting back together?
I would be. Like I said, I think that would be interesting for the fans to see, Cage never did anything that's not fixable. Like he never came at me. He never really did nothing. I just didn't like the way I didn't like a lot of stuff that was going on that he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and all I did was separate myself from the clique. But I think that would be kind of ill to make some music like that. Because I mean, anytime a group that I like breaks up, I always just wish that they could just put the shit, like I always wish like Lennon and McCartney could put the shit aside and just make some music,
Yeah. Well, damn. Maybe we'll see if we can make that happen, man.
Yeah.
Hey, good luck, man. I'm all for it, but good luck. You never know, though. You never know, man. I think honestly, Camus would have liked that.
Most definitely.
He would have liked that.
Well, how did he feel about the whole situation about his two best friends not speaking to each other? Because I know you guys mended everything right before he passed away. So how did he feel about you guys not speaking?
I don't think Camus cared about it like that. I mean, he met Cage in 2000. I'd known Camus since like 92.
Right. So
like I don't. He's got a lot of friends that don't speak, but I don't think he looked at it like that. I know at the funeral service out here in Columbus, Ohio, Cage and them came through to it. Cage and Aesop and LP, which was real. That spoke volumes right there. Like they were real. They were all real friends, man. They all have real love for Camus, and that's beautiful to see.
Right.
They all have real love for Camus, man. And I didn't speak to him. I wanted to, but it was me in a parking lot full of people I'd known for like a decade, and it was them over across the street in the parking lot, in the car they rented or whatever. Right. So I wanted to chop it up with them. Then I spoke with Aesop. He hit me up after Camus passed away, and even Cage hit me up after Camus passed away, which was he sent me a little message or whatever. Back when MySpace was cracking.
So, that was years ago then.
But I just don't think, some people just don't want to work with people they worked with in the past, especially if they had any kind of issue with them, I would like to do some work with any of those cats just for the sake of they're talented cats, and it would fuck the fans' heads up. And we've all gotten better and evolved since we last worked together. We're all pretty much different. You know, we've all kind of gotten better in a way.
I got one more question like that, then we're gonna move on. But you said you're on Man Bites Dog, and I know you used to have an issue with Esoteric. You had a slight issue with Apathy. How does it feel being on the same label as those guys? Have you guys kind of cleared that whole thing up?
Yeah, we cleared it up. I cleared mine up with SO back in before The Jerk came out, like 05, 06. And I cleared that up through Main Flow, you know, he's a mutual friend of us both, and he's from Cincinnati, so, you know, he cleared that up. And SO's cool. The thing with that was, here's how that whole thing started, right? Cage had a website. Cage was talking shit to SO. I chimed in, you know, and the night that they had a fight or whatever at SOB's, I was already not okay. My girl was there, you know. She was passing out because it was hot in that place. I'm over here concerned with my girl. Then they're about to do this fight, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna leave my girl in SOB's to go have some questionable fight with y'all. When I'm on, that's right when I was like not really gelling with those dudes anyway. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
That right there was the main factor. That everybody didn't know that there was already incidents where Cage was trying to like start beef between me and Jakai, telling Jakai like, yo, you're on his record, you gotta get some money. What are you talking about? Wow. Me and Jakai like started rapping the same exact second. His mom is my mom and vice versa. We lived in the same neighborhood. That's like asking your brother, telling your brother that he owes you money for advice. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's your bull. That's why I was tripping out when Camus was coming at me like that. Because there had never been any agreements or any of that. Matter of fact, Camus used to use my equipment. That's my brother too. So when he had Cage saying, yo, Copy owes you money, that was, and Camus felt some kind of way because we weren't chilling anymore, which was basically like, I just was like, I don't fuck with Cage. That dude is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna sling mud, but you know, I just wasn't vibing with the dude. Right. So that's really the core of all that shit between me and Camus. That's what all that was.
All right. Well, I mean, those are questions I've been wondering for the past like 6-7 years. So we got that out the way. Let's move on to something a little more positive.
It's funny though, because when you hear what it was, you're like, you're like, the rumor was better. You're like, the rumor.
Let's move on past that, because I got another question. I'm gonna let everybody else talk. I got another question that I've been really curious about. When are we gonna get this tour with you, Vakil, and Chino XL? Y'all mentioned this probably a year ago, and this shit fucking made my baby toe curl. Like, when are we gonna have this shit happen?
I don't know, man. I don't even know. You know, we were talking about that a few years ago, but I don't know if everybody would be on board still to do it.
Oh, come on, man. Not Vakil?
I mean, I can't say they wouldn't, because those are all really cool cats. Those are all really level-headed cats in the game. Vakil and Chino are cool, so it would be real easy to do something like that with them. I think it's more about like scheduling and the money and the details and things like that, you know? Like we discussed how sick it would be to have me, Vakil, and Chino in the same crew.
Wow. Oh. Yeah, because I was wondering that, like, if you guys were going to do a track, because I remember the track you did with Cannabis and Chino XL, which, by the way, had one of my favorite lines that you've probably ever done, where you said, I'll make you Dimebag Daryl, you can get murdered in one bar. Like, that's still one of my favorite copy lines, period. So if I got a Copy, Vakil, and Chino XL track, like, can we make that happen for my birthday or some shit?
Hit up Vakil and Chino on Twitter and see what they're talking about.
So how did you come across the show?
I think somebody told me about it. They told me that you guys get a lot of hits and review a lot of albums, and a lot of people listen to y'all, and you guys, our opinions are on point. So I think somebody told me about y'all, and I checked it out, and I was with it.
So what do you like about the show?
That you guys are honest and it's not scripted, and you guys disagree with each other. So it's not like something where you can tell you guys got paid to do something, or like you guys have a relationship with something. If you like something, you like it.
Yeah,
a lot of shit is too. A lot of people are too. They don't say their opinion, and I know you can't sometimes because it'll fuck up relationships in music. But you guys are pretty honest with shit, and I think it just cuts through.